Alright, this is Platypus casting this game for the third time now. A couple issues. Went up the first couple times. The first time I did not have enough room on my hard drive because I had so many fraps. Then I cleared it out, got about 120 gigs of space. And the second time, I wasn't running fraps. And that is why you saw the little what do you call it? Frames per second number in the corners there. I was just making sure it was open because I do not want to cast this game again. It's not a bad game. It's just I have seen it so many times now that I know it by heart. But I will not give anything away, being a sporting caster. So we have Snookins here in the top right as the red Protoss and omnispective, the person who's sending the replay, in the bottom right. This is Kulas Ravine, and for a PvP game, the really only abuse you can get is with Colossi on these cliffs here, or on these cliffs. Also, if you can blink up to these, then you can abuse the expansion pretty well. And very early scout coming up from Snookins. He unfortunately went the wrong way starting out, so omnispective's base will be the last he finds. It looks like we had a scout going out for omnispective, but he pulled back at the last second. Just chrono boosting out more probes on, I guess, just omnispective side, which is all good and well in a Protoss v Protoss. That's generally what you're going to see at the beginning of the game. We have a gateway coming up. I should bring up the protection tab, which I will eventually remember to do at the start of each game. And a forge coming out for Snookins, so we are definitely going to see some cannons here. The scouts passing each other, and it looks like omnispective is going to see Snookins base right off the bat. And this watchtower scout, I do the same thing, and I am betting, I bet you anything, well, I don't bet you anything, but I would bet you for points that he does that because HD says to do that. HD Starcraft always likes to hit his watchtowers as he's scouting, just to see if there's any funny business going on. And early game, it's not entirely important, especially at this level of play. This is actually a placement match for omnispective, so I'm not sure what level or what league Snookins is in. But since he's going for a cannon rush, he's either a total noob or he's very good or he's very confident. So we will see which it is. We have a Zealot coming out for... We actually already have a Zealot out for omnispective, and I think when he scouted, all he saw was the forge, so he's got to suspect something's up. And he does scout his base, finds the cannon in time. Very fortunate for him. Looks like that cannon is going to go down, and I think it was cancelled there. Snookins is just trying to cut his losses, but keep it going, and... I mean, if the first cannon didn't work, this one's small enough to work. And now he has two Zealots down here, so yeah, he's going to make short work of these cannons. And is he going to cancel it? Is he going to cancel it? Yeah, he canceled that. And recovers a fair number of the resources. But it looks like this was put down pretty quickly. So Snookins is going to be in a bit of trouble here economically since he spent so many resources on those cannons and pylons, and he didn't really bother getting any tech. Whereas omnispective already has his gas saturated and his cyber core is up. Looks like Snookins is going for another pylon, so he's getting his cyber core, so he might be going in for some warp-in units once he gets a warp gate tech up. And if Omni just stays in his base, that's going to be a big problem for him. We have nothing much coming out for omnispective at the moment, just another stalker. Warp gate tech's on the way. Cyber core is almost done for Snookins, who is actually hitting another cannon. Can Omni see this? Omni can see this, so he's just gonna move out and clean this up pretty quickly. And I'm not sure if that cannon was cancelled. It should have been, but Snookins may not have been paying attention. It looks like he's going for a Stargate, so we're probably gonna see a Void Ray snipe attempt on the Nexus here, or maybe some Phoenixes, which aren't too terrific in PvP, but they can always go for some worker harass or pick up a stalker or two. We'll have to wait and see. Sorry about the coughing. Still sick, which is why the voice is snuffly and scratchy and whatnot. And I apologize. Pretty good wall here for Snookins to keep out any early pushes from Omni, who is now getting a Robo Bay. So we're probably going to see some Immortals and Observers, which are both great in PvP. Observers are like map packs, as Husky says. I'm sorry, HD says. But Immortals are terrific in PvP. Most of the 1v1 PvPs I do tend to come down to how many Immortals the player has. Unless someone succumbs to some sort of cheese like a Cannon Rush or a very, very fast Void Ray. And neither is really the case here, so I think the person with the more Immortals will come out strongest. Unless he can... okay, he's just getting some Phoenixes. So he's probably going to go for some Worker Harass. But I mean, Omni has some Stalkers up already. It's not going to do too much, I imagine. Second warp gateway, I guess, coming in for Omni. He has not made it into a warp gate yet. And we have even Warp Phoenix coming out, so we may see some sort of massive Worker Harass. Looks like the two are moving out here, and we can follow their move orders, and looks like they are going to scout. I'm not sure what they're doing down here. I guess they're just looking for expansions anywhere, which is a good use of Phoenixes, but if you're going to scout, you might want to split them up. And he has... I guess he's content with scouting out this pylon, because now he's moving back into the worker line, which is always good. Get 2 or 3 snipes here. But Omni has his stalkers to deal with it once he realizes what's going on. Looks like he has quite a few pylons out here. I guess he's securing his natural, although he doesn't have his natural, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Stalker's coming in here to clean this up, so that should probably end the worker harass. But he's pulling his stalkers back out, so never mind. Looks like the probe that was going to attempt to set up some cannons got sniped. And it looks like the graviton beam persists even after the unit is destroyed. I did not know that. Learn something new every day. And we have more stalkers, and that's quite a few Immortals coming in for Omni. I mean, until he gets his cannons up, Omni should probably bring stalkers back here to deal with the Phoenixes, because he's just going to keep on losing workers, and he is not producing more probes, so he's going to start to fall behind in economy, making that initial cannon loss not too important. He has some forward pylons, so we might see a couple of clip warp-ins, and he's getting his natural down, getting some cannons up at last to deal with this Phoenix Wrap. 4 cannons, that's going to hold anything off. Although if he came in from this angle, probably he could get a couple on gas. We have nothing really coming in for Omni, just the cannons finishing. And it looks like Snoogans is going to go for that worker snipe. And we see back in his base not much is going on. He's getting some Void Rays now. So... but Omni at the same time is moving out, so with this size force he can probably bash down that door. And a cannon is going up to deal with these Phoenixes, but they're just harassing as long as they can. We have... I guess he wants to guard his mineral line from this side, which is good, because, I mean, there's no point in wasting all the money on cannons if they're not going to do anything. And we have Omni looking to push here. Needs to keep his Immortals in front. Doesn't want to run his Zealot. He's